What's going on, sir?
We're now going to finish sanding today, start prepping it for the final paint again. The black paint around the car and 2 coats of floor coat here, clear.
Well said. You got that exactly right. Very good. So we have most of the car done in terms of sanding. There's a few little spots left here you can see. Pops did most of the body on this car, so man of action again. And he stays away from the edges and leaves those for me. So all the cut throughs I can blame on me. We have a few. We got another one here. That's because the paper that I had inside the jam there to protect it hit this edge there and stuck to it. So I had to sand it off, and of course it broke through. So we got that one. There's one back here on the corner right there. And of course this big giant one right here that we talked about in an earlier video. I think there's another one somewhere too, but they're pretty minor. So all of these fundamentally were there just wasn't enough clear on the car in those areas. That's moral of the story. Especially these corner edges here, like I tend to spray it like this, and you really need to get under there to make sure the edge itself is all covered, but these are no big deal. So I'll go over the plan for that later. With the lower valence, oh that's right, there's a cut through on this valence somewhere. Yeah, right there. You can hardly even see that one, but that's under the car, so I'm not going to worry about that one too much. That's it. Okay, so I believe everything's sanded here now.
I believe so. Just touch-ups.
So now we're going to get the gray Scotch-Brites out and go in all the little nooks and crannies and stuff. All the places where we have these kind of things still floating around, the little shiny spots. And we want to try and get rid of the shiny spots with the Scotch-Brite. We didn't want to dig too hard with the sandpaper to try and get that stuff out for fear of breaking through again. So we'll go around the whole car and do that. And then I've got to get the bottom of the car prepped. Down here, this should be pretty close to good to go in most places, but just got to go around everything. For the black, this is going to be black here. So Pops is going to sand this down nice and smooth here to make sure there's no crap left on that. And then the other black is back here. So I've got to go around here, make sure this is all good to go. Basically everything you see primer back there is going to be black, and this, and that's it. So basically the rockers, that trim line down there at the bottom of the car, the parking lights, I don't know what those are, whatever, in the front, and the back here. That's it for the black. So it's going to get all that ready, and we'll see how far we get. We can't paint today, it's too cold. So hopefully next weekend if the weather holds out.
Yeah, by Wednesday we're back in the high 80s, low 90s already.
Yeah, so last time I looked, next weekend was like 88, so that'll be good if that holds up. So, and as we said before, we're rapidly running out of warm weather here, so we gotta get this going. All right, ready to get to work?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. For those of you 80s children or whatever's, these are my Vans. And my daughter is like, man, you need a new pair of shoes. Your shoes are falling apart. These used to be blue. They match the garage floor now. But I'm like, no, this is what Vans are supposed to look like. Supposed to have holes, like see my toe sticking out there?
Right.
I'm like, that's what makes them comfortable, is when they're all falling apart like this, because these things last forever. They're so comfy. Now the one thing I will say, getting older now, I'm 50-something this year, these don't have any padding in the bottom, and you get old now, it hurts to walk around in them. Put some Dr. Scholl's in there and you're good to go. All right, anyway. Deck lid's done here. Pops and I have been discussing earlier about this trim line back here and on the doors. And I think what we decided here is when you close here, so we're going to look at it from this line here, And you can see that little lip sticking up in there. Can't leave that red, because then if you're looking from the back here, you're going to see red, sorry, black. Oh, that is red. Red, red, black, red, and some funny line happening right there. So we're going to paint up to that edge and make that black. And then on the doors here, similar thing. When the door is closed, you can just see the top of the rocker there. The door goes about there, so just a little bit of the rocker. So same thing, we were talking about running the black just down to this bottom edge here, but then you'll actually be able to see that red poking out. This is worse than the back because this, oh, sorry, the camera died on me there. Anyway, so there's a crease right here. So we'll go 1/4 inch or something, 3/8 of an inch up, whatever that works out to. I think that'll look good. I don't want to run the black all the way up here. I think that'll look a little weird. And as I told Pops, we can go to here, and if we decide we need more, we can always bring the black up higher. But if we can't really bring the red back down easily, all right, because then you'd have to sand off the black, and you'd probably end up messing up the paint in the process. So that's the plan. I know how much everybody loves sanding videos. So pretty much the whole car is done in 800 wet. So now we're just going along with the gray Scotch-Brite and looking for shiny spots. It's got a lot of shiny spots in it because it had a lot of texture. You can see how poorly I painted this. It was under the car. The main problem I had with this here is I had the plastic coming straight down from here to the floor. And whenever you try and paint into a corner, the wind just blows the paint back out, at least when I do it. So all along that back edge really didn't get painted very well. Doesn't really matter because we have that trim piece that goes along here. And of course, it's on the bottom of the car. Nobody's going to see it anyway. We continue to have little breakthroughs here and there like this. So, when we do the flow coat, we'll just dab a little bit of color on those areas and they'll largely disappear. I think it'll be okay. So this is all done. Pops did a great job up here. Look how nice that is. So this is all done up here. I'm going along and doing the doors now. Scotch-Briting again. You see here, this is Scotch-Brite. Just looking for shiny spots. Get it all prepped and ready to go. All right, we are wrapped up for the day. So the whole car's pretty much sanded at this point. All I have left to do is the very bottom part of the fender and the door on the passenger side. This is all finished. I was telling Pops, kind of helped me figure out where I needed to put the black line. See right here where it broke through right there, right on the ridge. So we're gonna run the black just up to that to cover that up. So that's good. It tells me where to put the line instead of having to guess. So that's all pretty good. We got the inside of the door, sanded it up to that line right there. Scuffed this back to here just a little bit, so we're going to run the foam tape in here. I went ahead and sanded the whole window channel. I was originally trying to just kind of sand the outside because it already has so much paint on it. It doesn't need any more paint, but then I'd have to backmask it and all this stuff. I figured it'll take less time to scuff this than it would be to backmask it, so I just scuffed it. What else? There's a couple of places where the paint came off in this window channel. This is again where that same plastic that hit the back of the car here hit here up. Well, it's stuck right there. So when that peeled off, it ripped some paint off. So I was showing that to Pops to say, this is what happens when it's not sanded properly, and these window channels are a prime candidate for that. There's another one. So that paint's, you can see it's stuck on there pretty good, but that little spot right there wasn't sanded right or something. So yeah, so we're done here for today. And so next time all we have to do is just a little bit more sanding and then go around and do the wheel wells. And just spot check the car again, look for anything shiny. There's a few little spots like this. I don't know if you saw that when I walked by there. There, a little bit of shinies right here. Not bad, it's pretty close. Finish the grill. Valence is done. We got to do the rear filler panel still, but that's it. So it's probably, I'm hoping, like another hour of sanding, and we're done. And then we'll set to masking. It's a little tricky here, so anybody that has any thoughts on this, let me know. As we mentioned here, we've got to do some red. This is a really big repair here, so I can't just touch that up. I got to spray some paint on that to fix that. That busts through right there. So I'm trying to figure out how to stage it. So like I could have the whole car masked off, or covered in plastic basically, and then just paint this area right here. And then do the black, try and keep the red from getting on where the black is going to go. It probably doesn't matter. This is probably going to want a little bit of the mid coat there as well to help balance that. I'm not sure. Or do I do the black first, just the base coat, and then do the red base coat, or either order on that potentially, then do the clear over the black first, then unmask everything. There's a few different things I need to ponder here to get it all right. So we'll see. I guess, yeah, when after the black is painted, we're ready for clear, so that shouldn't matter at that point. But so anyway, that's kind of the fundamental decision there is, do I do the red first, then the black, or the black first and then the red? Probably do the red first, because that way if I get a little bit of black overspray or something in there, it's not going to be such a big deal as if I get red in the black. Probably makes more sense that way, because I'm doing very, very small areas of red and a lot of black, so I don't want any red getting in the black. All right, I think I answered my own question there. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a complex masking job, because we have to cover up the whole car except the black areas and the red areas, little holes like this. And then once the black is painted, then we have to unmask the whole car except for the windows and stuff. So I think the best way to do this is do the normal style thing that I would do masking the car off, right, which is cover the whole thing in plastic, and then usually you come right back and cut away the plastic around the windows and all this stuff, but we'll just leave all that on and then just cut away the black parts that need to get painted, and then once the black's painted, then cut away the other areas to expose the rest of the car. I think that'll work. Shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so hopefully weather's going to be good next weekend. I think it's supposed to be in the mid-80s next weekend, which would be a good time to paint. So we'll come back out probably midweek or something to finish up the sanding, and we'll see if Sunday's good weather, then we'll come out on Saturday and get everything masked up, paint on Sunday. If Sunday's going to cool off again, then we'll have to figure out a way to mask it during the week somehow, but something like that. All right, that's it. Ramble time now. I hope everybody's doing well. We will see you next week. Take it easy.